Now, I pruned these 2 peach trees last year. These are big reds. Last year when I pruned them, they were growing. Let me tell you something, the leaves are off and I'm looking, and these peach trees look like they want to grow 40 feet in the air at the rate they're going. So we're gonna do some heavy cutting back right now. I have no choice because the peach trees on the other side of the property, they're starting to flower. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. We're supposed to have ice and snow on Thursday. After that, we're gonna be heading into a serious growing season. But I mean, take a look at some of these main leaders going up. Pretty soon I'm not gonna be able to use my pruner. And if you remember, I'm strategically growing these right next to a grapevine. Now, the grapevine comes up and it's headed down the wire. So I perceive we'll have peaches and grapes growing right next to each other. And then in these 2 big bins, guess what's coming back? Strawberries are taking off. They ready to go for the spring. Let me start just pruning on these peach trees, because I'm not gonna climb a ladder to get peaches. It's not happening. If I gotta climb a ladder, I'll go buy them at the stand. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep the same theme. In my mind, from everything I know, we want to keep the center of this tree open. We want as much air and as much sunlight as we can to get into the center of the peach tree. Now this tree's growing a lot different. This one, this main leader up here, I mean, it's taking off. Can't have that. This one's taking off. I'm gonna try to do it with this pruner, but we want to leave the center of this tree open, and this is the kind of branches we want. We want these different branches around the edges to be able to get plenty of light, plenty of air, circulation, and then we can come up and we can pick the peaches without climbing a ladder. But right now, I'm gonna try to cut these 2 bad boys. This one, I'm gonna cut it above this growth right here. You see this branch? I'm gonna keep that because our branches, we want them to shape like a big V, like a big martini glass. Now look at me. Am I too lazy to go get a branch cutter? There we go, there's one. That's a big branch with a lot of buds. But in the long run, the center of this tree is gonna get the sunlight it needs, and it's gonna be able to produce plenty of peaches. That was a tough cut right there. Branches that are growing into the middle, we're going to cut them. This ridiculous branch right here, I mean, look at it. It's 10 feet up. It's not happening on my watch. That's a heavy duty branch right there. Okay. See this right here? That's going into the middle of the tree. That's going into the middle of the tree. We don't want to grow branches going back towards the middle of the tree. Okay? We want them to shape up like a big V. I think this tree's gonna be all right now. See the way the whole center is open for the sun? This tree, it grew a lot more symmetrical than I thought it would from last year's pruning. This tree, look, it's on some kind of peach steroids or something. I guess we had a whole lot of coffee grounds next to that one. Anyway, I'm gonna do a lot less pruning on this tree. This tree, I'm just gonna cut a couple of branches that are growing towards the inside. Remember, if you can grow it like a big round V, a big martini glass, the sun will get in there, the air will get in there. You don't have to worry about a lot of diseases and things come from moisture. And I'll tell you what, I'll be able to reach any peaches on these trees. Last year there was only a couple of peaches on these two, and they didn't really grow the way you want a peach to grow. You couldn't eat them. But I got big hopes for this year to do a lot better. Peach tree on the other side of the house gave us a whole little basket last year, and they were delicious. It was just an unexpected treat on that tree. So hopefully you enjoy what's going on in our garden this year. This bite-sized homestead is getting organized. You know, in the beginning we had so many projects at the same time. Now we're starting to hem it all up and organize it and get a little bit more meticulous in how we handle things. So I'm kind of excited about it. I hope you made it through that hurricane, because a lot of our stuff is doing good. Some things took a hit, but out of those lemons, we're gonna have lemonade. That big giant tree that came down opened up a spot for a greenhouse, because we had no place for a greenhouse. Now we do. So I hate that we lost that tree, but now we're gonna get a greenhouse as soon as we can. Not only do we have the peaches going good this year, I should go over there and get the flowers on the other peach tree. It's freezing. This week we're gonna have ice and snow, and the peach trees are flowering. Hopefully the flowers don't get destroyed and we still get peaches on that tree. But this year, we're gonna do something I've been waiting to do for a long time. We're planting cherry trees. So you see I got two right here, these coral ones. Look. Coral champagne. They're not self-pollinating, so I have to get a different kind of cherry tree, and I know just the one I want. I'm gonna go pick up some Bing cherry trees. I already checked the nursery. It's on their website. I hope they have it in stock. So this week, I'll go pick up the Bing cherry trees, and I'll plant all 4 of them in a triangle, maybe a diamond shape, and this way, they could pollinate each other and we'll get cherries. I'll bet you we'll have them in 2 years. It says you could expect it in 3 years, but with the dirt we plant them in, we always get better results. You have a blessed day. 1 pot, 1 plant, 1 patio. You know the deal. Hundreds of pots, hundreds of plants. Yeah, and 200 pounds is gone. Over 200 pounds. All right, that's the 2 coral champagne. And I told you I was gonna try to get 2 Bing. Guess what? And actually, they're nicer. They already have some little scaffolding branches here, because I'm not gonna climb ladders. I'm gonna have cherries at a reachable level. And so we got 2 of them. 2 Bing cherries. And look at them. They're beautiful. 2 Bing cherries, 2 coral champagne, and we're gonna put them in the ground. In a couple of years, we should have some nice cherries. I got one place I'd like to plant them, except there's a big tree, and I learned my lesson. Big trees crush little trees. So I'm gonna find the safest place I can to plant them, make sure they have plenty of good ground. I hope you like this video. From peaches, peach flowers. You know what? Let me go show you the peach blooms really quick. So that's 2 peach trees that know what time of year it is. It's freezing out today. Yeah, it's February, it's very cold. They have some buds on them, but this peach tree didn't get the memo. I don't know what it was thinking. Look at all these flowers on this one peach tree. All of our peach trees are just starting to bud. This one over here, it's on those peach steroids. You know, I talked about that on the other side of the house when we were pruning those 2 peach trees. Look at these flowers, they're so beautiful. Yeah, these are beautiful blooms. Just, I don't even know how to describe how I feel about these flowers. They're beautiful, and I hope that means this year we're gonna have some peaches on this tree. I don't know why this tree decided it's time to flower. All the rest of them are just starting to bud. This one's way ahead of the game. But like I said, we might get some beautiful peaches. One thing's for sure, they're beautiful peach blossoms. They're just, what a pretty flower, what a pretty tree. And the other two, they'll catch up. Yeah, now you've seen all our peach trees.